Lerch here, coming to you today with a new video. Today I'm going to be demonstrating and talking a little bit about a switching device for the Telecaster. It's created and marketed by Toneshaper.com. Toneshaper.com is affiliated also with AcmeGuitarWorks.com, so you can find it either way. This guitar, just briefly, is put together by AcmeGuitarWorks.com. It's a Fender road-worn Telecaster with Lindy Fralin humbucker and blue special in the bridge and Callahan saddles. Today we're going to be really featuring and talking about the switching system, which is a drop-in replacement system for Telecaster. So no routing, no nutting, okay? And also no soldering, from what I understand. So the way this works is there are a couple of ports on inside of the thing where you can plug your wires into, and then a few different options about how you can wire the pickups. So the scenario that works for you, if you've got standard Tele and you want series parallel type things, you can do that. If you've got this common configuration with a humbucker and a Tele bridge, you can do some very interesting things with that, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. And then quite a few other options you can do inside. But today, specifically, I'm going to talk about the way this particular guitar is wired, and the exciting feature that I think a lot of guys will be interested to check out. So we've got a Lindy Fralin humbucker pickup right here that is built especially for Acme Guitar Works, and I'll talk about that in a second. It's available through Lindy Fralin's website, etc., but there's a slight difference in the configuration for this pickup to get one more hum canceling position inside of this deal. So underneath the control panel of the Tele is the Toneshaper module that sits in there. You plug your pickups into it, and what it allows you to do is get different ratings of volume pot for various pickup selections. So that's kind of the holy grail in some ways, because typically when guys have a humbucker here and a Tele pickup here, the conversation is always, well, what kind of pot do you use on the volume pot? Because humbucking pickups prefer, or at least typically, use a 500K pot, and Teles typically use a 250K pot. What happens if you use a 500K pot for this pickup, then this one sounds a little bright and spiky, and if you use a 250K pot so that this one sounds good, then this one can sound a little dull and woolly. So Toneshapers solve that problem, among a few others. What happens is when you're in the neck position only, you've got a full humbucker, and it sounds like this. And that's a 500K pot on the volume control now. Then when you go to split that pickup into a single coil pickup, because that's one of the things that the humbucker does very nicely, is that the coils are unbalanced, so the coil that is left when you split is the more robust one, so it matches up nice. It sounds very nice blended with this pickup, but now it's got a 250K pot because of the resistor that's inside of the Toneshaper in this position. Isn't that cool? So you've got a humbucker with a 500K pot, a single coil with a 250K pot, and then everything else as we go to the blending of the rear pickup with the neck pickup is also at 250. So there's just one position where it's 500K. So let's just hear how that sounds. And then I'm going to go to the neck pickup split. It gives a nice kind of airy sound, a little bit more airy, but it's similar in quality. Then we get into sort of Tele land. Now both pickups are on together, full humbucking and bridge. And then we're here with single coil. Now here's something else about this switching system and this unbucker. Now we're back to having two coils on, the front one single by itself, the back one, and they are in a humbucking configuration. That's something that Lindy Fralin does especially for this guitar, Acme Guitar Works setup, and it wouldn't be that way if you just took any old Lindy Fralin unbucker. Apparently he has to switch a few wires around to get it to work. And then of course we go to the back pickup, which is so there we've got the Toneshaper. I wish I could take it out and show you what it looks like. Probably wouldn't take me about 3 seconds to do. Maybe I'll do that. Here, I'll be right back. I'm going to pop this thing out and we'll take a look at it, all right? Okay, now here's the Toneshaper. It just sits right down in the regular Tele cavity. But if you turn it over, you see that it's got this series of ports in which you plug your pickups into it. It's solderless, so you just slip them right in there and they get locked in. And then all of these guys here are a series of dip switches which allow you to configure it in just the way that you want it to be configured. Of course, if you want to experiment with certain things, you can do that very easily too. So that's the Toneshaper from Toneshaper.com, also available through AcmeGuitarWorks.com. I'm Tim Lerch, and thanks for checking it out. I think this is a great advancement for us crazy Tele players who want to have the best of both worlds with our pickup configuration. So for now, we'll see you until next time.